no shore in sight, only the king and the storm-bit night. We bore him down in a woven shroud, oak-browed ruler, fierce and proud. 6 men rowing, one at the stern, one black torch that would not burn. The sea was hard as hammered lead, cold spray blew round the waiting dead. His ring hand bound, his sword laid straight. We rode him north to the burial strait. And moan like a beast that had smelled old bone. One man cried through the driving foam, the sea wants him before he goes home. Overhead, above the wave, do not feed him to the grave. Break the mast and split the oar, still we row for the farther shore. Hold the dead through thunder's cry, do not let the sea decide. If the deep would take its due, let it come and fight us through. At the helm stood the youngest son, salt in his beard though his years were none. He never wept and he never knelt, only gripped the rudder till his knuckles welted. Lightning showed his father's face, pale and stern in the storm's embrace. And under the lash of the freezing rains, he heard one vow in his blood, oh gain. Not to the deep and not to the foam, not till I set his fire at home. Men cried out, cast him overboard, but the sun raised high his father's sword. He lashed the shroud to the splintered mast, held him high while the long ship crashed. Then far ahead through the sheets of rain, the burial ridge burned once again. So we drove that hull through reef-white roar, where weaker hands had failed before. Keel on stone and spray in flame, still through the breakwater hard they came. One great wave like a falling wall rose above them dark and tall. The sun stood fast and would not bend, the sea broke wide at the very thunder's cry, do not let the sea decide. By grey dawn fire climbed the sky, and the king went home in smoke on high. Ash will fall and sky will split. Yggdrasil begins to bend. Roaring, roaring. written over stone. God stand high but die alone. Iron wind through broken hall, raven circle seeing all. Fenrir drags his chains through flame, stars go blind and lose their name. From Niflheimer rises frost, every oath is cut and lost. Ragnarok, the red sky burns, wheel of ages cracks and turns. Fire walks where giants tread, Wildred drinks the blood of dead. Ragnarok, the sea bites land, ash and thunder drown the damned. Every crown is torn away, night devours the final day. Raworin, Raworin, Orin. Gander coils the wave, poison grounds the foam like grave. Thor still strikes with failing breath, hammer song against his death. Muspelsheimer floods the air, smoke and sparks in Odin's hair. Bifrost cracks beneath the weight, no god now can master fate. Raworin, 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 hear the root and hear the bone, hear the last of ages groan. Ilrame opens mouth of night, swallow away the shield and lie. One by one the fires climb, one by one they drown in time. What was sworn and what was known falls to ash and rust and stone. Mouth to throat and flame to rain, spear and serpent, smoke and pain. Gods of thunder, gods of guile, break beneath the burning sky. Sea on a mountain, ash on sea, nothing stands and nothing flees. Frame drums roll like a breaking bone, Ragnarok has claimed its own. Ragnarok, the red sky burns, wheel of ages cracks and turns. Fire walks where giants tread, world tree drinks the blood of dead. Ragnarok, the sea bites land, ash and thunder drown the damned. Every crown is torn away, night devours the final day. And frost will rise, smoke will choke the empty skies. Yet from embers buried deep, silent roots remember still. Raworin, 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 no horn was sounding, no warning came, only the dark and a man with no name. He crossed the ditch where the thorn roots spread, black mud under him, cold stars overhead. Past the watchfire, past the spears, past the drunk low songs no godman hears. One throat closed and one lamb died, one blade slipped where the sleepers lied. Tender by tender night grew still, no cry rose over the frozen feast could fill him, no blood could slow. He got through the camp, then rose to go. Not for silver, not for fame, he carried a fire that had no name. He left them pale in the trampled frost, countless faces, all of them lost. But the blade in his hand still twitched for more, like a starving wolf at a bolted door. Far up a hill where the king fire burned, where shields were stacked and the warders turned, no man there gave himself to sleep. That hall kept breath and iron deep. They saw him first in the red gate light, a narrow shape in the middle night. Then the boots struck earth and the benches flew, and 10 men rushed him, maybe more than 2. But he was quicker than a torch flame bends. A cut to the wrist, a stab at the dent, a turn, a knee, a backward slash. Helmets rang in a splintered crash. He broke the circle and split their line, steel in ribs and steel in spine. Before one shield could fully rise, another man was clutching eyes. Left hand, right hand, heel and the blade. He fought like hunger itself had made. The king came down with a hooked war axe, too slow, too wide, too full of wrath. One red stroke beneath the chin, one more under the plated skin. The great hall shook, then all fell dumb, only his breath and the war drums drum. No feast could fill him, no blood could slow. He killed the king, then had nowhere to go. Not for glory, not for gain, he'd fed his wrath till it ate his brain. Blade in his hand and a drop like stone where the dead men sprawled. Not from mercy, not from a wound, but from the madness that had carried him through. In the snow, one child breathing where none should go. The mother fall in light. Here the old men failed to fight. He ran through sparks, through blood, through pine, and nameless boy the time when he was the last alive. A spark too wild for hate to derive. The forest heard his broken taken breath, and I would not give him up to death. He was the last to flee, a child of ash and a memory. And in the dark where lost things bled, a better drew near and about its head. It did not strike, it did not roar, it lay its head beside a boy. It dragged him me through frost and rain, and taught him silence, taught him pain. Season turned into tooth and bone. He grew with the wind as his own. His hands grew hard, his back grew wide, the mountain shadow in his stride. Out at the Pagan, at the look backward, on the scar and on the skin, the names of the killed burned within. Every snowfall, every scar pointed where the raiders are. Far beyond the northern plain, I left the men who lit the flame. And the foes knew half of storm and a hunger too. When he stood the branches bent, when he moved the whole night went. And in his dreams the red roofs cried, the dead still waited at his side. Not for tears and not for prayer, but for their son to become despair. So he came when the moon hung thin to the hall of those who'd sinned, not as a boy with fear inside, but like the beast that in him lived. At the gate the hounds went still, at the wall the air turned ill. Then through the dark there split the plain, a bear's black roar and a man's so pale. He broke their laws like a rotten race, he answered fire with fang and grief. One against many, night against name, and every below and back through flame. He tore their boasting from the air, he left no shield and shaken thereby. Done that all knew only dread, the child despair had come back dead. So on the threshold, blood on the beam, no voices rising, no drunken dream. He fell at us with fire in his eyes, steel through his chest, and no fear when needed. Yum no yum num no yum num no yum no yum num no yum num no yum num no yum no yum num no yum no yum no yum no yum num no yum no yum no yum no yum num no yum no yum no yum no. 9 men ringed him on a blood-soaked field. 9 blades flashed, but none could make him yield. He broke their line with a splintered spear, still laughing low while death drew near. A black shaft arrow found his side, still he rose in a final sight, till he rose in a final stride. He crushed 2 kings whose king for he slew, and left the ground to drink from hell. The ravens turned in the burning sky, even the shield wall forgot to cry. For some men die and are carried away, but some men fall and the heavens sway. Next in line carnage of spears groaned under his tread. The dead step back from the newly dead. Wolf cloaks watched and the mead turned cold when his shadow crossed the roof of gold. Odin stared from the high seat stone with the one deep eye that has seen all known. No smile rose in the All-Father's face, for wisdom knows when wrath has no place. He did not kneel and he did not speak. He only stood like a frozen peak. Blood on his mouth, black ash on his hand, a fallen beast from a ruined land. One god reached for a cup of mead, and his hand shook hard at the warrior's need. Another whispered, if rage lives on, what hall can hold what war has drawn? Then thunder rolled through the rafters wide, and every torch bent back a sigh. Benches cracked and the gold hall rang, as if the beams themselves knew fang. The Einherjar raised their spears in line, yet none struck first and none gave sign. For his spirit burned too vast, too grim, like war itself had entered in. Then Odin rose and the hall shook hard. Gold light broke on shield and shard, and the one-eyed king spoke low and grim. No chain in heaven shall master him. Come in place by the wolf gate fire, not as guest and not for hire. He drank no peace and he learned no rest. He brought the grave still hot in his chest. Name him not with softer dead, do not weave mild praise instead. For when he stands in Valhalla's light, even gods keep hands from far. No feast begun, no laughter rose, only the hall and the weighty froze. Far below, where the red field lay, the ravens circled at break of day.
Warriors of the North, if the fire burns in your blood, do not stand aside. Join the circle, subscribe, leave your mark below this saga. The next battle is coming.